Hooty hoo.
Hello.
Welcome to the StabCast. It's another spooky Sunday. I'm Dizzle.
And I am Mindy. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day. And for Father's Day special, we're going to give you people eating people, or zombies eating people. We have the Dawn of the Dead remake retrospective, which we may have talked about on the channel earlier, but this is a full-on retrospective. Totally different.
Yeah.
And this is going to be what we like about the movie, what we don't like. I mean, there's not much that I don't like about this movie. But going back and watching this one, it's one of my favorite zombie movies, and it's fun to talk about.
And honestly, it's one of those zombie movies that he actually got me to watch when we were younger. And because of how it ended and stuff, I actually really liked it. And so we watched it together at least like 5 or 6 times before I moved away. So, like, if a zombie movie has me watching it multiple times, you gotta know it's good.
100%.
So, I mean, the original Dawn of the Dead, if you want to see that, that is on HBO Max. That is done by the classic director George A. Romero.
Yeah, that's awesome too.
And that's really good too. I wouldn't really say that. I would say that the sequel or remake is like in a different kind of category. It made it more actiony.
Oh yeah, I mean they both take place in a mall. That's pretty much the
exactly. That's the only similarity between the two of them. So I like that, and that's what remake should be.
Yeah,
it's just taking a concept and warping it differently.
Yeah, 100%. I really enjoyed both movies. I like because I like all zombie work. I mean, there's shitty zombie movies, obviously. There's a lot of bad ones, just like any other genre. But a really good zombie movies, like the classics, I'm all over. And this when it first came out, it fell into that. Like, this is going to be a classic. And then it kind of put Zack Snyder was already doing some good stuff, but it put him on the map.
Yeah.
And, like, this is a James Gunn script, which who runs DC now, which is also another great filmmaker. So this is like two of my favorites put together, and they make something fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate this movie. I think it's a good remake. Let's get into it.
All right.
The budget was $26 million, and it made 102, which is respectable.
Mm-hmm. A little low, but respectable.
The beginning of this movie is so fucking good about the zombie apocalypse and how it's starting, because it's easy to draw it on and be like, oh my god, it's one zombie or like one thing's happening. But the way this just throws you into complete fucking madness right away with Anna or whatever her name is, the nurse, who is a great main character in this movie. She is amazing. I like the dude as well. What's his fucking name? Michael.
Yes, Michael.
Mike Shaughnessy. I really enjoy him as well. And even though he's kind of like, and he's like a good guy that could go either way though a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And but following her and what happens to her boyfriend or fiance or husband and him fucking chasing her around and fucking dude, just like the chasing her out of the house, and then you just see all the madness going on, and she's just running away, and she's getting in her car and driving, and like people are like screaming to help and shit. Like, that's how you show a zombie apocalypse happening in a movie. It's quick, it's easy, and it throws you right into. It's like it's the beginning. You see it's a beautiful suburban neighborhood, and then the next day everything's gone fucking nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoy that. And I enjoy them controlling it by, like, they control that madness and they don't make it the whole movie by getting you to the mall. And now you can have some more suspenseful horror of, like, going through shops and shit like that. And you get, like, a cast of characters, which is a fun fucking cast of people that, like, are sort of likable. Like, Zack Snyder goes for a lot of badass shit and aesthetic. He's one of those, like, fucking people would call him an edgelord. Like, he likes that fucking, he likes shit to look cool.
Yeah.
Like, with Batman and Superman, he wants things to look fucking badass. And he does that a lot in this movie, but there is some like strong female characters too. Like, the old lady is amazing.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorites. And when she goes, it's like, fuck. Because she's great. I mean, Mekhi Phifer and his pregnant demon baby girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Like that is just a fun. The dude from Modern Family is epic in this for being such a dickhead.
Yeah, and then you have the girl from that Cry Wolf movie.
Yeah.
The redhead that was obsessed with the dog, and it's like, oh my god, just let the dog go.
Yeah, and then she had her like baby face boyfriend on who was one of the security, which the three security dudes I loved. Like, I love those three schmucks, and the one dude was the leader, and then you had the other one that's like, dude, I just want to go get some ass, like, and then the like nice guy who's like falling for her, mm-hmm. But this cast just blends in. The dude from Modern Family was always the one I was compared to because I guess I was a dick or something when I was younger, but. You watch Modern Family and you see the dad, and you're like, he is such a lovable doofus guy. And then you go here, it's like, he's the biggest dickhead of all. Like, I didn't know this guy could be such a piece of shit. And like, to the point that when he goes, you're like, fucking, the audience is clapping, like, thank God. And he's got some funny fucking moments. And without his boat, they wouldn't have got to, well, not safety. Actually, never mind. He didn't help them at all, really.
He screwed them over.
Yeah. They were fucked, which is a great storytelling thing to be like, oh, they got away. Oh, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
And especially to the fucking, get down with the sickness. Everything about this, the cast is an incredible, because when we talk about this so much on this show, whether it's a slasher, whether it's a ghost movies can go a little different because you could have one or two people in that. Yeah. But when you have an ensemble for a slasher or a zombie movie or whatever disaster flick you're doing, when you have an ensemble cast for horror like this, it's easy to just give each of them one personality trait and call it a day. And not really have them do much. Mm-hmm. And in this one, you have a lot of characters, and all of them are like fun in their own way.
Yeah.
And they're not super complex at all, but they're all going through it in their own different way, and they all have unique personality types for like the apocalypse. And it's pretty interesting. Like the cop is Kenneth, I believe his name is Sergeant Kenneth Hall, who's played by Ving Rhames. Fucking badass, dude.
Yeah.
And his game of like fucking what was it, tic-tac-toe or whatever with the dude across the street on the sheriff's or at the
with the whiteboards.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Now there's a couple of inside stories I'm even gonna tell here. Because I had this DVD and I loved this movie. And I remember they had, because back in the day before Netflix and I know there's still special features, but I'm not clicking on the button. So maybe that's just my thought. I feel like I don't see special features that much. I see it sometimes, but I don't see it a lot.
It's not as common.
On the DVDs, they were cool. They were really cool because it would just be like, it would show you different sides of the movie. And we've talked about the Final Destination, choose your own adventure thing. Mm-hmm. But on this one, they had one, which was like a vlog type deal from that dude on the gun shop. And it was him and his story of his like kid and shit like that, and it was like, it's like a dark story. I think it takes a dark turn. I can't quite remember, but up until his death and him dying in the class and then being a zombie and attacking them, like it's a whole behind the scenes thing of that, and that's really cool. And the second one, which I used for no good, of course, which was a news report. A fake news report, but it looked real and it went throughout. And I mean, you could pause it and see it was obviously a DVD in the fucking thing, or you could maybe look at like, but it didn't, like back then it was easier to get away with shit like that. Mm-hmm. Technology wasn't quite giving you away. So we had the DVD on the thing. I had my friend at the time. I'm not going to give his name away. We don't even talk anymore, but he was a nice guy. And there was no falling out or anything, just life happens. And Jelly Roll, my boy Brett, not the famous Jelly Roll, but Jelly, who is a race car driver that rolls his car over and pees himself. And I bring that up in every live broadcast I can. But he was there, and we're like, dude, let's fuck with this kid. And so he comes over. We were playing the news report like it's real, like we're just watching the news. And he comes over, and there's like zombies, and like you see like fucking hidden footage of like they're like people with like a news camera, and it's like they're like attacking people. And I'm like, dude, this fucking shit's really going on outside. HB Smart. All right, we're good. But yeah, so there's like a fake news report going on, and he thinks it's real, and he's like, and he looks at me with like these big eyes, and I remember it to this day. He's like, "What's going on out there?" He's like, "Oh my God, are we in danger?" And I'm just like, "Dude, I think we are. Like, look at the fucking TV. I think we're fucked, man." I mean, I don't really want to go outside right now. Jelly's like, "I'm not going outside. I'm not going. I'm staying the night, dude. Fuck that." And then, you hear Mom from inside, "Tell him the truth," from her room. And it's like, you fucking
Captain Buzzkill.
Yeah. So then, we told him, he's like, "Fuck you guys." But I didn't tell, when she said, "Tell him the truth," I don't think he really got it yet. So I didn't say it, but I just picked up the remote and I paused it. And he's like, "Oh," and I was like, "This isn't a real thing. It's a DVD feature." And he started fighting. He's like, "You fucking asshole." So I got to have some fun with that, but the amount of detail Zack Snyder went into to build this zombie, like he was always a universe builder from back in the day. Mm-hmm. That's always wanted to do, and he does try to do it with Army of the Dead later on, which is kind of a spiritual successor to this one. It's his next big zombie one with Dave Bautista. That's a good movie. Doesn't really reach the heights to this, but these are hard heights to reach. But he was really like, he had a fleshed out, like from the news things to everybody's like individual story. He had this thing pretty mapped out, and he was killing people off consistently. And there's people in this movie like fucking Arnie from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh yeah,
who shows up and he's fucking sick and he's dying. And it's like, dude, there's people in this movie that's like, "Oh my God, it's that guy." It's one of those. And I find it incredible. And I think all the zombie scenes, and this one was one of the I think 28 Days Later probably did it first. I think that's before 2004. I can't quite remember.
Oh, yeah. 28 Days Later was 202, I believe.
Okay. But there's a couple of ones that I think did fast zombies before this. But this was the first time I remember being like, "Oh, fast zombies." Like, oh my God, they're running. Because, like, I was always used to the fucking, the Night of the Living Dead, the old school fucking, so the fact that they were running and these motherfuckers were, like, they weren't really intelligent, but they were running and they were chasing you. And it's like, that adds another fucking fuel to the thing.
Yeah.
And fast zombies, you see it all the time now, like World War Z, when he did Army of the Dead. Like, there's a lot of that. Like, I think Walking Dead's the only one that really stuck to the slow zombie.
Yeah,
a lot of movies and shows go the fast zombie route now because it's more suspenseful, and it's like, oh shit, it's really scary. Like, it's kind of manageable when they're fucking walking slow, and you could just and like slowly walk away. But when you gotta fucking like, that's literally the difference between me making it and the apocalypse. That's the difference, because my fat ass ain't built for Dawn of the Dead. I can do Walking Dead for a little bit, like that Eugene. There's like a lot of fat dudes in Walking Dead that just fucking like slowly walk away and then like hit them with an axe. Like, I can do shit like that. But if it's a horde of them running at me like Usain Bolt, I am fucked. And that was like in Zombieland. They had fast zombies. And rule number 1, don't be fat. And it's like, yeah, I would be fucked in that situation.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead was like that old lady. God bless her for staying alive for as long as she did. Which, to stay alive and not get killed by zombies just to get shot is so fucked up.
I know.
When it's like you're just doing the right thing and you have to kill this woman because she's a zombie now. Like that sucks. But that added a whole new, like, they're bringing in childbirth and like bringing a life into this world, but the girl's infected, so she's giving birth to a little zombie baby. And even though it gives Zack Snyder freedom to have like a fun CGI zombie baby, which is cool, it also is another level of like, Mekhi Phifer just watched the love of his life and what they were trying to build, like a family and shit, and build a better life for himself. And he watched that all just go away, and now he's going insane and he shoots an old lady. Like, it's a really fun. That's an intense scene that has nothing to do. Well, it does have something to do with zombies, but it's not like about them eating people.
No.
It's just like human beings, like, fuck, what's going on? Like, that's a really good scene. It really is. What's some of your favorites in this?
Well, I already brought up the one with the dog.
Yes.
And I also really, really enjoy it when they do get in the boat and they think that they're getting to safety and they obviously don't. But honestly, I really enjoyed the camaraderie between the people on the two different rooftops and how they were able to talk to each other with the whiteboards and everything, and how they were able to like come up with like little last minute plans and stuff like that. I think that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, and the tank trucks at the end.
Yes, I forgot about the tank trucks.
They're just such a fucking cool plan, and even though it only gets them so far, but that pile up scene of them just dude, like, it's so fucking sick. And that's when, like, when you said at the beginning how this is action heavy, that's the most action shit you can get. This isn't just people shooting zombies in the face. You have fucking trucks, like, with them shooting from the sides and them fucking, and like they crash and the zombies are like that's one of the cool, that the ending of this movie is so awesome, where it's action packed. There's so much going on. You have heroic sacrifices, but then they don't end up meaning much. Like, it's really incredible how much they're able to put in the end. And the middle's just as good in the beginning. Like, the characters being fleshed out in a movie like this is hard to do. And the fact that they kind of are. Like, the villain is the villain, the dude from Modern Family. And when he tells the nurse, like...
Now, what dude from Modern Family? The dad?
Yeah.
So the guy from...
Not Ed O'Neill. Not the grandpa.
Not the grandpa. Okay, so Phil Dunphy.
Phil Dunphy.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yes, and he is Steve in this. His name's Ty Burrell, the actor.
Okay.
And he is Steve, who has the boat with, and he's got the hot porn star girlfriend and who's wild, and they're banging everywhere. And he's just a complete snarky asshole dick. And they're literally, like, shooting, like, zombies from the roof, and he's like, when I turn into one of them, to the nurse, to Anna, he tells her, he's like, if I turn into one of them, you gotta fucking... I expect you to kill me. And she's like, oh, I have no fucking... she's like, I will do that any day of the week. And then, he turns and it's time to shoot him and there's no problem there. Yeah. But there's people dying, like the truck crash. He's a dick to the end where the truck crashes. There's literally somebody dead right there, like dying, like help. Actually, I think it was the sergeant. I think it was Ken. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, do it. And then he just grabs his gun. He's like, fuck you. And he gets out of there. And then he's like looking around and then blood drops. He looks up and then whoosh, which is probably my favorite kill because it's just, you were expecting that. And he got fucked up, and then you get the extra of him getting shot as a zombie, and that's what you want for like an end. Because he wasn't an antagonist, but he was a douchebag, and he did fuck them over a couple times. Whereas, because when they had that escape plan to get the dude from the auto shop, which is just a terrible idea. I know he's your friend, Sarge, but you got to let him go. Because that thing just fucked everybody over. But that whole mission to get him out, even though he was turning into a zombie anyway, he was supposed to have the doors open and ready for them. And, of course, Steve did not. And he was like, I don't know what the fuck. And they're like, fuck you. But they're like too busy. Like, we got to do the plan now. Let's get the fuck out of here. But it's like, dude, you son of a bit. Like, so he was like a piece of shit, almost the bad guy of the movie. Because there is no government like inclusion that much besides on the news. There's no like greater like, hey, the zombie is the bad guy. You don't have like a governor like in the.
And this isn't like the Mist either, when like the military comes at the last second to save everybody.
Yeah, and it's kind of like how the Bible thumper in the Mist was like the bad guy of that. Like, he's kind of like the you don't really have a bad guy besides the zombies, but you have kind of bad people. You do have villainous people, but they're like part of the good group as a whole, which is pretty cool. And I enjoyed that part of the movie. And the doctor being kind of an asshole sometimes. Or not the doctor, he was what the fuck was he? Michael, the television salesman. His character really is like the fucking everyman character. And his sacrifice at the end is kind of nice because he got bit. And he's like, no, let me just explode with it. And that was kind of cool. It doesn't mean much when the ending is them going to an island and getting savaged by more zombies, but that's okay.
I know, poor people, they find out there's a private island that they can get to that's supposedly not supposed to have anyone there.
Yeah.
And I guess zombies had the same exact.
And of course, that fucking dog had to start running.
Yep. If it wasn't for his damn dog, everyone would have been somewhat okay. But that damn dog's always getting them into trouble.
And I love animals, and I can't say if my dear cat fucking was in trouble, like randomly.
Oh, we would take off after a cat.
But like, if I was in that situation and it was somebody else's dog and they ran into the thing, I'd be like, brother, have fun getting them. I'm fucking. Mm-hmm. I love animals so much, but that is fucking crazy. Like I mean, teach your animals; they should know better.
Don't run towards undead people.
That could be the next step in dog and cat training. I love this movie, obviously, because I've been barking the whole time. This is one of my.
Well, this is like one of your favorite movies
of all time. This is my top 5 favorite movies of all time, and it's in my top 3 horror movies of all time, and it's in my top 1 zombie movies of all time.
Exactly.
So I love this fucking movie. What Zack Snyder was able to do to bring zombies into the new age, because I feel like this is the one that brought them. This was the one that it's like, okay, this is zombies in the modern era. I know a lot of people give that to 28 Days Later and maybe some other movies. I think it's this one.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I always have. I think this had such a fucking impact.
I'll tell you right now, I've never, even to this day, I still haven't watched 28 Days Later. I've never had an interest.
You have. We did it for the show.
Did I?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Oh. Okay, so I guess
that's
I did.
How much you care. That's how much you like.
But that's how much I care about it.
Yeah.
Like I've never been into that franchise. But Dawn of the Dead, there was just something very charismatic about it that I really liked.
It's fast. Like 28 Days Later is a lot about like, oh my God, this is happening. Whereas Dawn of the Dead is like, this is happening and fucking run and shoot and do what you got to do. What the one character I didn't mention because this is such an ensemble, and I don't even know if I can remember his name, but the one dude who's just like a chill dude the whole time, and he's cool. He's like an older guy. And when they go on that mission to get the guy at the ammunition shop, and he gets fucked up in the sewer, and they're holding him by his shirt as he's shooting with the 2 guns because his legs are like he's gonna die. He's dead, and he knows, and they're dragging him while he's fucking blasting him away. Yep. And then they have to like let a hold of him, and he gets eaten to death. So that sucks. But that scene, I just remember watching that as a kid and being that fucking badass. Because this is one I watched when I was like 10 years old. I had on DVD multiple. I would have friends sleep over and we watched Dawn of the fucking Dead.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. And that scene just fucking blasting away before he dies. Like that was so fucking cool. And poor Bart, the other security guard.
Oh, Bart. I forgot about Bart.
Because he was like, and he's the one that just wanted to get ass. And he's like talking about the fat chick that he banged. And then the guys are like, no, she's dead. And he's like, I know, fuck. But he was the dicky one, and he's another one. He's not quite as much as Steve, Ty Burrell's character, but he was one that was a little bit of a douchebag, and he was the security guard that was like telling the nice one that had a crush on that girl, on the redhead. He was telling him like, dude, fucking stick with us. And they were kind of being dicks to the civilians at first and saying this is our rules until they got outsmarted because, like I said, they're the 3 Stooges and they're the biggest doofuses. But he looked up to that dude with the mustache. I can't remember. Was it Tucker?
I believe.
No. It's one of the security guys. Right. It might be. Oh, it's CJ.
Oh, okay, CJ.
CJ, who is kind of an asshole. And he's another one that kind of seems like a bad guy. But he kind of has a redemption arc at the end where he has his own little sacrifice, too, for people. But when they went downstairs to fix the generators, and poor Bart looked up to that fucking dude and loved him. And Bart ends up getting fucked up, losing his gun, and getting eaten by. And he's like screaming to him, like, CJ. And he's over, and CJ is like, I can't help you, man. Like, he's watching him die, and he's like, sorry, dude. Like, you're done. No. And then he just like shoots him to put him out of his misery. That one is really sad where it's like Bart was like he kind of a dick, but he looked up to this other dude, and then that other dude just had to kind of watch him die. Mm-hmm. And that was an emotional part of this movie.
Absolutely.
I'm obviously going to give this a 9.8 out of 10.
Of course you will.
I love this movie.
For somebody that doesn't really like zombie movies, I'm still going to give it an 8.9 because it does a really good job with the material. It mixes it up in a way that it wasn't mixed up back then. Like they had them be really fast and brutal and smart, kind of. And you didn't really see that in the older zombie movies that came before that.
Yeah.
So that's why I would give it an 8.9. I mean, yes, I will always say that pets' lives are innocent and that they should be left alone. That dog should, they should have gotten rid of the dog. Those poor innocent people. Besides the red-haired chick that was like, "Go free, little doggy."
And the line of the movie is when that Sergeant Kenneth, the big police dude, when he was about to go find his family, and they were like, "Dude, what about us?" And he's like, "Fuck y'all." That shit is I remember as a kid just be like, "Fuck y'all," because of that. I love that line, but because he's like kind of a good dude, but he's also just trying to like protect the people he cares about.
Yeah.
But then he finds out, but then the other group's like, "No, we came from there, dude. Everybody's dead." And then he kind of has that realization. But I just remember loving that. Yeah, I love this movie. We'll be back. We are going to miss next week, but we are going to be back on July 4th for I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes, we are.
So we will see everybody then, and thank you for StabCasting with us on this spooky Sunday. Give them a fat hootie hoo, Mindy.
Hootie hoo!
And we'll see everybody next time.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.